What is the purpose of life? You know, people say you gotta believe in something. I say belief can only get you so far. Because a belief, by saying that you believe something, you're not saying that you're sure. Look at the word itself, the etymology of the word belief. Be, lie. B-E, and then L-I-E-F. L-I-E, it has the word lie in it. Be lie. Be a lie. So to believe, have a belief in something, is to be a lie in something. To be living a lie. Because a belief is not something you know for certain. It's just something that you claim to believe in. People will say, you know, oh, I'm allowed to have my own opinion. I'm allowed to have my own belief. What we need to do is get to a place of knowing. When we know something, it's fact. It's beyond fact, actually. Because a fact can be proven wrong. A fact is different from the truth, just like a belief is different from a knowing. A belief is something that comes externally, while a knowing is something that comes from within. Just like a fact is something that comes externally. It's something you read or something you hear, something you discover in the world. While then the truth is always the truth. The truth is a constant. Our perception of the truth is what changes, which creates the illusion, illusion, sickness, creates the sick delusion that the truth is something that changes, when the nature of truth is that it's always the truth. The truth doesn't care if anybody believes in it or not, right? The entire world could deny the truth, but that wouldn't change that it's the truth. People can bring up facts and proof that directs you away from the truth. And many experiments have been done that show, people in a setting where they know something for certain, but the other people in a setting have been told, do the wrong thing. And then that person, the one person who's the only one actually who's a test subject, ends up doing what those other people do. So we're afraid often to stand out. We want to fit in. We want to conform. We don't want to cause too much fuss. We want to fit in. We want to follow the rules. We don't want to get in trouble. Really, we're just trying to avoid confrontation for the sake of convenience. It's like this whole face mask, face diaper situation right now. I think many people know that these masks are useless and that things aren't as serious as we've been told. You don't need to be wearing a mask and social distancing and quarantining and all this BS right now. BS, belief systems. Remember, back to belief, lie system. A be-lie system. Being in a lie. Being in a lying system. Stem. Growing. It grows. So most people know that it's a load of BS. But they're too afraid to experience the confrontation in life that comes with going against the norm, with breaking the rules. But truly, freedom isn't freedom, it's free doom. When you can only choose between the choices you've been given. Freedom to choose between the choices they've given you. That's not freedom. Freedom is freedom to choose. There's no freedom when something becomes mandatory. Actually, a lot of our frustration in our lives, a lot of our emotion and pain in the body, which is just stored emotion. The body stores emotion. So a lot of our pain and sickness is a result of our frustration, which is a result of our lack of willingness to experience confrontation, to be real. Every time you pull yourself out of your authenticity, every time you pull yourself out of your truth, you're hurting yourself. That's not self-love. That's self-denial. You're denying yourself your human rights, your universal rights, to a system that doesn't care about you. Michael Jackson told us, and then they had him killed. All they want to say is that they don't really care about us. Killed and framed. Be someone he's not. So, and that's not the only example of people that speak out. People say, there's no way there could be some sort of totalitarian new world order, world government pulling the strings here. Too many layers, too many people would have to be involved. It would get out. We would know about it. You wouldn't be able to say the things you're saying. You'd be censored. And I just think that's ridiculous when people say that because, one, we got thousands and thousands of people talking about this stuff for years, right? You got people being censored for talking about these stuff. You got huge social media accounts being banned without warning for talking about this stuff. You got content being taken down, which is a modern day book burning. You got the fact checkers, which is like the thought police. 1984, George Orwell, Big Brother, always watching, making sure you don't step out of line. But it's a beautiful day. We don't need to involve ourselves in the drama. All I'm saying is don't sacrifice your natural rights, your birthright. It's your birthright to be in nature. Remember, people are being arrested for being alone in nature during this pandemic. Not around people. So it's okay to be online in Walmart, surrounded by people. But if you're alone in nature, no, no, no. That is dangerous. Don't get fresh air. Stay inside. Don't get sunlight. Make sure you eat all this fast food. Because all these fast food places are still open, of course. But that local juice shop, nope, not safe to go there. They don't care about your health. If they cared about your health, they would be promoting you. They would be encouraging you. Do breath work every day. Meditation. Be barefoot. Shit. Be barefoot in nature. Right? Do yoga, exercise, sweating, saunas, green juices, fruits, fasting, detoxing. Listening to 432 hertz music. Stay away from lots of technology, 5G radiation. Go breathe fresh air. Oxygenate the bloodstream. Alkalize the bloodstream. Disease can exist in an alkaline environment and a balanced pH in the body. Everyone's overly acidic from the pollutants in the air, the food, and the water. The fake food. No real food in Babylon. If they really cared about your health, they would tell you to do all these things. That should be the most telltale sign that something's not right here. Don't let, don't let your rights get taken away. It's a slippery slope, folks. One day it's mandatory mask, the next day it's mandatory vaccine, a mandatory chip tracking you. People are like, oh, they're already tracking you on your phone. It's like, well, I can leave my phone. Can't leave a chip behind. What about when it becomes you can't shop here anymore without the chip, without your certification of vaccination? COVID-19. C, certification. O, of. V, vaccination ID. That's what this is all about. They want an excuse to have more control over you. But this right now, this is, they're losing. The evil is losing, and they're kind of pulling out all the stops right now. Really just trying to do whatever they can But they're being exposed, they're being called out. It's only a matter of time. But in the meantime, you gotta stand up for your rights. Every time you wear the mask and you know in your heart that you shouldn't be, you are being part of the problem because you are feeding into that collective consciousness fear, which is false evidence appearing real. Every time you wear that mask out in public where you're supposed to, you are encouraging other people to do the same. You are normalizing it. You're normalizing something that should never have been normal. You should educate yourself. The virus is not alive. They're like, viruses live on these surfaces. It's like, the virus doesn't live, first of all. If there's even a virus. Research exosome theory. Realize we live in such a toxic, polluted world. We've been eating so much shit our whole lives. I'm not gonna say we anymore. I'm cleansing. A lot of us are cleansing right now, detoxing. Getting all this gunk out. This is the body's defense mechanism. The cells are overly toxic, so the body collects all the toxins and sends it out in the form of an exosome. A little protein ball filled with toxins. The body sends these exosomes out into the bloodstream. How you doing, man? The body sends these balls out into the bloodstream. It's getting windy at the beach now. The body sends these balls, protein and toxins out into the bloodstream. And then when you have a lot of them coming out at the same time, the body has symptoms. And we call these symptoms sickness or disease. Different symptoms, we have different names for the disease. A buildup of mucus in different parts of the body, just like Dr. Sebi said, we have a different name. You know, it's something different when it's in the lungs, or it's in the throat, or it's in the nasal canal. We have inflammation here, inflammation there. We have different names. We've created different names of diseases for all these different symptoms, but all the symptoms are detox symptoms. Ascension symptoms. People are always sick. People's definition of health is actually sickness. And it's only when the body becomes overloaded with toxins and starts detoxing that people are like, oh, I'm sick, I'm getting sick. But they're already in a state of sickness because they're not whole or healthy. Their bodies are clogged up. To be truly healthy is to have a balance. Healthy, holy, and happy. How you doing, man? So, you're in control. The more people that stand up now, the easier it'll be later. Y'all, it's gonna get crazy. You know they're talking about the second wave. It's gonna get crazy. This is all planned out. It's been planned out for many years. But the truth you know in your heart, despite whatever facts they may tell you, whatever beliefs they may tell you, whatever lies they may tell you, you know the truth in your heart. And the truth will set you free. You know that you're immortal. You know that you create this reality. You know that what you choose to believe is what manifests. It's what your world becomes. You know that you have complete control and responsibility for your own health. You know that this sickness is your body detoxing, letting go of what no longer serves you. You know that you are infinite, that you are a vital piece of this existence, because you wouldn't exist if you didn't matter. Because the purpose of life is for the universe, for God, consciousness, whatever you want to call it, to experience every possibility of itself. And here you are, one of those beautiful possibilities. And the people living in fear are also one of those possibilities. So you're here to liberate yourself and set the example for them. Your family, your friends, they might think you're a little crazy for going against the mainstream narrative. They might call you conspiracy theorist. They might say it's all woo-woo nonsense. But you know in your heart the truth. You don't need peer-reviewed studies to confirm things. You know it here. You could feel it. Take the time to breathe every day. Breathe consciously every morning. My perception of what was healthy last year has drastically changed this year. And I'm sure by next year it will change even more. Everything that they told us we need was marketing to make you believe that you're not complete, that you need all these external things to complete yourself. You are already everything you need. Everything you need is within you. And now we're witnessing the split. On one hand, we have transcendence. And on the other hand, we have transhumanism. We got the 5D consciousness, and we got the 5G, VR. I had this thought the other day. If you give a caterpillar a jetpack, will it ever want to turn into a butterfly? If you give a human 5G and an AI interface, will they ever evolve to higher states of consciousness? Will they even be able to? So you have to make the choice. Are you going into their simulated VR reality? Are you going further away from the self, deeper into the matrix? Or are you going closer to yourself? Ascension is inward. This is the age of Aquarius. This is all about finding your tribe, your frequency. And I think there's a very good chance that society does fall apart, at least in the way that we see it now. already talking about the new normal, right? I mean, so many people will wear face masks their entire lives if they're told to. These people are clowns. These are the same people that's survival instinct was to go buy all the toilet paper. So, this is the age of sovereignty. You need to liberate yourself. You start growing your own food. You relocate yourself to somewhere less populated, surrounded by nature, somewhere where you can grow food. If it's cold, you figure out, all right, we're gonna make this room the greenhouse, we're gonna grow food in here, we're gonna figure out, we're gonna do the research, hydroponic, whatever it takes. We're gonna grow tons of sprouts. It's possible. It's 2020 vision, neo vision. Liberate yourself. Free your mind. Now is the time to start moving towards your sovereignty. And in this process, have no fear. Have no worries. There's no rush. Wherever you are when shit hits the fan is where you're meant to be. For you to learn and grow. For your soul to experience what it needs to experience. Even when you're wrong, you're not wrong. Even when it feels like you're going backwards, you're actually going forwards. Even when it feels like you're falling down, you're still rising up. You might be trying to change your diet, but you still have this strong craving for something. Maybe you need to eat that food again so you can realize how it makes you feel, so you can let it go. Maybe you're moving away from a friend. Maybe you need to go chill with that friend again and see how it feels to be around them, to confirm what you already know. And as you keep rising, you don't escape your demons. New level, new devil. As you ascend to new levels, right? It's just like a game. There's a new boss. There's new enemies to deal with, and they get stronger as you get stronger. Because with every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So when you create an intention in some direction, there's a shadow of that intention immediately. So you might think like, life's getting harder, but that means you're ascending. That means you're getting stronger. And that's beautiful. So don't let those demons distract you, hold you back. You are everything you need. You are abundance. You are love. Have these affirmations every day. Affirm your truth. Visualize your truth. You got to see it with the first eye. You got to hear it with the first ear. All the senses are one sense. Babylon tried to separate everything. Babylon doctors look at the body, they're specialists for the nervous system, specialists for the bone system, skeletal, yeah. Scalar system. That sounds weird. I think it's skeletal. There's a specialist for every system in the body. They look at the body like each thing is separate, like each thing doesn't impact everything. That's insanity. Insanity is trying the same thing over and over, and it not working.